Liverpool, top of the league. Liverpool, top of the league. It's the post-match pint from the Anfield Wrap. Me, Gareth Roberts, Ian Ryan, Stu Wright, and we're going to get excited about the fact that Liverpool just beat the dildo lovers, West Ham United, 4-0 at Anfield. It could have been 5, it could have been 6, it could have been 7, it could have been 8, and no one would have complained. This is the way you want to start a season. This is what you do, isn't it? This is what we dreamed of. We wanted a big win. We wanted a statement win. We've got one. We're top of the league. But also, it feels like Liverpool have got loads more gears to go to as well, doesn't it?
It does. I can't believe you opened up with the dildo lovers, though.
Yeah.
Fucking all over.
I'm getting the digs in at West Ham, all right. They've got a stadium that the taxpayers pay for. They've got a fella who's minted because he sells sex toys. I mean, come on, boys.
Robbo, you know what? You're absolutely right with the levels thing. I think we spoke about it on Friday, and I think we're coming into this game, one or two of us thinking, could this be a potential banana skin? You know, they've gone and done bits in the summer, brought in some good players, and you're not quite sure what to expect. You're worried a little bit about it clicking for them. Because if it does, you think, well, they've got some good players there, but there was just levels. There was an absolute chasm in terms of quality. And as you said there, Liverpool probably could have gone up another 2 or 3 gears there. And you could tell it was there to see. The lads are easing their way in, but they've eased their way in with a 4-0 win and not got out of second gear. And I think, if you're West Ham, how do you defend against that? I mean, those front three, the movements of them. I said to my dad during the game, they've got the ability to turn even half-decent balls into something. There was loads of times there first half where the ball into them wasn't perfect, but every single one of them has got the ability to bring it down and start to move. And then you look at the midfield three and you think, well, they interchange so well. So how do you defend against that? Because the movement's so good. And you have to say, someone like James Milner, who, hand on heart here, I thought, you know, a couple of years ago, his best days were gone. But he's coming in, he's delivering performances like that. It's great to see, Robbo, but there was standouts all over the pitch, to be honest.
I think, Stu, you can get blasé about this because this is the 22nd league game unbeaten at Anfield. That's how far back. We're going back to Palace in April 2017 since we last lost the league game at Anfield. And as I say, you can get blasé about that. We just beat West Ham 4-0. And like everyone's happy, but everyone's not like, we're sort of getting used to this, aren't we? We're getting used to being good at Anfield. And what I always say, and I think I'm right to say, is that good teams do this. Good teams are good at home, and any championship winning season, any top 4 challenge, whatever you want, is built on your home form. So starting the season like this is just what you want, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so, and we're right to expect it. You know, if we are going to become a team that does challenge, we've got to look at last year's form and think, okay, yeah, we might not have been beaten for, how many games did you say?
22 now it is.
22, right? But how many of them we drew at home?
Well, we drew 7 last season.
And that's the thing, we've got to convert some of those draws, if not all of them, to wins. That's going to make the difference this year. If we're going to have any chance of catching up with City, that's where we've got to do it. And going into today, I was a bit the opposite of you were thinking, and I was more, I was very confident. As soon as the fixtures came out, and I knew we were playing a Pellegrini team, I thought, that's exactly what we want. First game of the season at home against a manager who will set his team out to come out and play. He doesn't know any other way. He wants to play expansive football. He hasn't really got the lads there to do it. And the ones he's bought, I'm not sure about anyway, in terms of, I don't think he's bought a lot of pace. I haven't got a lot of legs in that team. So I felt, you know, the main question was, could our players live up to the hype? Could Alisson live up to the hype? Could Keita live up to what has been a monumental, a year's worth of hype, a year's worth of build-up? And what was clearly evident was today that he can, and then some. Because, I mean, he strolled through that game. He strolled through that game in second gear, and he was light years ahead of every other player on the pitch. So the pressing, we all knew that would come with him. But some of the passing, some of the link-up play was just incredible. There's very few players that can actually put information on a pass. There's very few players that have that in the locker. I mean, if I think about the first goal and when Keita's driving forward with it, and the crowd are all screaming, and the players are expecting him to play it wide, play it wide, play it wide to Robbo, and he holds and he holds and he holds, and you think the chance might have gone, you think he might have held on too long, but he doesn't. He releases it at just the right moment inside the penalty area, forcing Robbo to run in and lay that first-time ball to the back post. It was absolute class, absolute class. So, for me, I'm not that excited about the 4-0. I'm made up with it, obviously, it's what you wanted. But what I'm most excited about is the fact that those players that we would hope would live up to the billing, they've done it. We can see we're in safe hands with a few of those players there, those new additions.
I think the other thing for me is that you come into a season like this, it's first game of the season, you've watched the other games this weekend. I mean, you know, we're one of the last teams to play, if you like, half one on the Sunday slot. You know, you've watched Everton fluke a point at Wolves, you've watched Spurs fluke a win at Newcastle. They were really lucky there. You know, Newcastle hit the bar a couple of times. Like, Man United weren't particularly impressive on Friday either. And yet, what we've done is, day one, we found the stride straight away. We sort of picked up where we've left off. I mean, one of my concerns sort of in the summer was, will there be a hangover from losing a Champions League final? There's no signs of one whatsoever. We've come into it. You know, the fans are in a good mood, the players are in a good mood, the manager's in a good mood, and everything just felt right today. I mean, it does feel like we can go to another level. But to start the season in this way, that's what we've got to do, isn't it? I mean, you know, City are going to play right now. We'll see how they get on. We don't know as we're recording it. But you hope that this just sows a little seed in their heads now. Like, well, we've got to go out and make a statement now. And they've got Arsenal. Yeah. So, you know, if we end the week, I know it's only one game, and some people say, I don't even look at a league table till there's 10 on there, 10 games on there or whatever. But, you know, I was taking a piss thinking we're top of the league at the start. But nevertheless, you know, that cliche about putting a marker down and making a statement, it's true though, isn't it?
Of course it is, because at the end of the day, Robbo, if you draw this game, then the pressure's on immediately. You go into the second game against Palace away thinking, well, we've got to win this one. You feel like you had to win that one then. So today was huge, but I think what was apparent to me, and I think you've seen it through pre-season, because we've pre-seasoned really well, but we ran the legs off West Ham. We absolutely ran the legs off them. So that first half, there's players there who were just putting for toast. They've absolutely been through the mill there, and we've put them through the mill. And I think you see it on numerous occasions when Liverpool attack and then the fullbacks get forward and then they suffocate you, and then Van Dijk steps in, so then you've almost got another midfielder, and West Ham can't breathe, they can't get out, they can't escape, and we just squeeze and we squeeze and we squeeze, and eventually they relent. And you can just see that Liverpool team doing that to so many other sides this season. And I come back to my earlier points, how would you stop it? How would you defend against it? Because, you know, going into this game, you're thinking, well, there's one or two questions for Liverpool to answer, maybe at the centre-half position. Gomez gets past fit, but you're thinking, well, they could cause us problems there because, you know, Arnautovic is a decent player. Yeah, he's come to Anfield before. He's never let himself down. He always looks like he could cause you problems. But I thought, all in all over the pitch, we handled every question that they posed. Yeah, absolutely. And we posed them so many more. And it ends up being 4-0. But it could have been 7, it could have been 8. There's so many times there where we're getting down the back of West Ham. And you mentioned City before. It reminded me a little bit of City, where they're always looking to get in behind you and pull crosses back. We put so many crosses into the box, and we missed probably, 3-4 sitters. I mean, Bobby will look back on the game and think, I should have scored. Salah will think, I could have had a hat-trick today, you know what I mean? Mane gets us 2. And by the way, Wijnaldum has a really good chance. He has 2 chances actually, but one in the first half, and I think he loses his kind of position a little bit, not quite sure what he is on the pitch. But Sadio Mane, at what point do you have to start talking about him as a world-class footballer? Yeah. Because now, to me, he's doing things that world-class footballers do.
I think it'll be the season.
I think it is.
He was on it from the very start, wasn't he?
And I think there's a bit of a feeling, I know I've sensed it, and I know others have as well, there's a bit of a feeling that we're going to see a big step up again for Mane this season. Yeah. There was almost like an adaptation period last year to the new position. He also had a few ups and downs with the red card at City and injury and what have you, but it feels now he's very comfortable in his own skin. He's got the number 10 shirt, and it just feels like everything's set up for him to hit the ground running, and he has done today with 2 goals, you know. So I think the answer to your question is very much so this year.
I think so. I think sometimes because maybe he doesn't look as, you know, aesthetically pleasing as, say, a Hazard and things, you know, the way he glides past defenders, Hazard, and he does look great to watch. But when you look at Mane, when you look at his numbers, the impact, you see how scared teams are. They're putting 2 lads on him because they think, this lad's going to absolutely cut us to shreds here. So
he's like the least sexiest of the front three,
he probably is.
Because, you know, you've got Salah, who's now a world superstar. He scores 44 goals last season. You got Firmino, who's cool as fuck, Brazilian, does no looks and all that. Sadio's like the ugly cousin or something.
He's the maverick, you know what I mean?
But he's fucking boss.
And he will have those games where he looks a little bit of a maverick, and maybe it bounces off, and not everything will come off. But I tell you what, the lad this year has got potential to hit 30 goals for us this season because he looks, I mean, game 1 and he looks like that. Imagine when he's back in game 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So the potential for Liverpool this season and even that front 3 is absolutely frightening. You're thinking to yourself, can they do the numbers they did last year? It's going to be hard. But even after one game, and you have to caveat it, Rob, you know, when there's only one game.
You can't say caveat.
You
can't say caveat. Okay. People keep complaining about caveat.
I'll take it all back.
Like, you know, I asked for feedback about the new videos over the weekend, and I got loads of comments, mainly positive. We want more comments, by the way. Let us know what you think, what's good, bad and ugly, whatever. But loads of people were like, you all say caveat too much.
Caveat?
I know,
What's wrong with the caveat, lad?
I tell you what, though. Anthony Taylor's a special fella, isn't he? Because you come out of that ground and you win 4-0 and I'm still fucking fuming with the referee.
He's a knob at him.
I mean,
what's he doing today?
Point?
He made it about him, didn't he? He's one of them referees where he's ended up, like you've just said, we should be waxing lyrical about Liverpool, we should be made up about Liverpool. West Ham should be going home, wondering about sex toys and all that sort of stuff and you know, another season of misery. But we're talking about this fucking referee who, so many mad decisions today from him. He's like no consistency at all. Like he's throwing a yellow card out 1 minute, and then there's a free kick, you know, the other way. About five minutes later, there's no yellow card, and it's like, hang on, that's similar to that. What are you doing?
You don't want to talk about the referee after a 4-0 win, but at what point does Wythenshawe's finest stop refereeing Liverpool games? Because
bastard was coming from the cop.
It's becoming an absolute joke. But that should take nothing away from a Liverpool performance that thrilled us at times. And as I say, this is game 1, so you can't help but be excited about what the future games are going to look like because, you know, we've touched on it already, but that wasn't Liverpool at top gear. That wasn't Liverpool at full throttle. But they did enough to wheeze past the West Ham side that just couldn't live with them. But I think this manager, he wanted to start fast. You could tell with how he pre-seasoned, with the amount of games he wanted to get into them, the amount of minutes he wanted to get into them. He wanted to come flying out the blocks. Your point before, Robbo, that Man City team, it's not a side you want to be chasing. So you have to put a marker down straight away, and the boys have done that today.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're literally playing up there right now. It's still 0-0. I don't know why I'm saying that because by the time this is up, you'll probably know what's happened on it. But if we sort of go back to front and we look how Liverpool played today, I think you were all looking towards the keeper to see how he was going to get on, how he coped with Anfield and all that sort of stuff. We were saying just before we started this, when we were waiting for a pint, basically that he's going to do people's heads in, isn't he? I mean, because there is a contingent of Liverpool supporters who go to Anfield who miserable bastards, for want of a better phrase. And it took them a long time to get used to the way Rodgers' team played out from the back. You know, get rid, you know, and all that kind of thing. And now we've got a keeper who wants to play football. Yeah. Like, heads are going to go this season, aren't they?
They are. And, I mean, everyone's jubilant at the moment that we've signed a keeper. And I was just saying to you before, it's only going to take about a month, if that, before they're on soon, before they're turning the air out of him in the coffin. And God help him with the main stand, to be quite honest with you. But you know, he's obviously very confident, and you know, he likes to take as many touches as he can. He likes to, I think, test out a few of the players with their own touches when he's pinging it into them. You know what I mean? I mean, you said before he could probably do a shift in midfield, and we used to say that about Reina. But the thing is, Reina made mistakes. Grobbelaar made mistakes.
All keepers make mistakes.
All keepers make mistakes, and if you're going to play with a sweeper keeper, if you're going to play that style, and you know, I remember when, well, I don't remember because you know it was before I was born, but when, you know, I remember my dad talking about Clem, and him being the first sweeper keeper, and then Grobbelaar took over, and I think the position has evolved now. Sweeper keepers don't just come out and clear the lines. They don't just play high off the line and sweep up. They'll also look to start moves, they'll also look to play, and when you're playing a high line, we need someone who's capable of doing that, who's capable of interconnecting with the other players without the whole move breaking down or having to start again. So the manager clearly wants something like that. Guardiola clearly wants someone like that. They can't both be wrong. You can't tell me that they're wrong and some fella on the 5th row of the main stand's right. I'm not having that for a minute, do you know what I mean? So I'd rather back their view. I'd rather take the fact that he's gonna have a part to play in the build-up, and loads of people won't realise this because it'll have happened dead innocuously. But his involvement is the fact that he keeps the ball moving will mean that we score more goals. people will think about the assist will have come from Mane or will have come from Firmino or something like that. But I reckon, how many times we're going to see this season, he's probably started the move.
The first goal comes from Alisson and then to Trent and then on we go from there.
So if we're gonna play that way, we're gonna have to.
He looked confident though, didn't he?
Yeah,
he looked confident. I like that about him.
There is going to be times where he does that. He's going to make mistakes.
Yeah, he's going to make mistakes. He's going to fuck up. Just don't go all mad about it. Just don't go mad about it. It happens. I mean, what I liked about it, I mean, he's not really tested much, is he? But he looks confident. And I think there was confidence right through the side as well. I mean, you know, I was saying walking up as well, like Trent, his crossing today was awful. But the confidence in the man though, you know what I mean? He's stepping up, taking free kicks, he's unlucky not to score. And there's just an air about him now where he's like, I belong here.
Yeah.
I deserve to be in this side. And okay, a little bit of frustration around his crossing, that'll come, he'll be fine, he'll be absolutely fine. But he just seems to be going up a level all the time. He looks physically stronger.
He does look physically stronger, yeah.
And I just think he's really comfortable in his own skin that he's a Premier League footballer, which is brilliant to see.
Yeah, I think he absolutely believes, as you said, that he has a right to be there now. And I think I waxed lyrical about him again after the Torino game. I thought he was excellent when he comes on. But today, yeah, he didn't get everything right, but it's his first game back after that World Cup, you know, first proper game back. But like so many of them now, Robbo, when they do make a mistake, there's no confidence about them. So they're not letting it affect him. He'll still try it again. It's not as if he made a mistake and thought, well, I won't put another ball in. I'll go for the easy option. Absolutely not. I'll try it again and I'll try it again. And actually, eventually, it will come off, you know what I mean? So, but you see it from so many. You know, Van Dijk's similar. If he ever makes a mistake, it never affects his game. You know, you can imagine the goalie. The goalie will be exactly the same.
Mo's not asked if he misses a chance. Mane's not asked if he misses a chance. Keita didn't look bothered about that. Not everything went right for him today.
But I think Trent's reached that stage now where he's crossed over. So let's say, for example, if Van Dijk had a stinker today, which he didn't, but let's say he did, for example, we wouldn't be sitting here thinking he's crapping. We'd be thinking he's had a crap game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but he's
when you've got but when you've got a young player coming through, or you've got a new signing, and you don't know an awful lot about them, or you're watching how a young player is developing, he has a bad game, and he could be thinking to himself, I'm not cutting it at this level. He knows now that he can cut it at this level. We know he can cut it at this level. We know he's a brilliant player.
And the players around him do know as well, you know what I mean?
He's just had a bit of a game today, you know what I mean? And you can blame him when he's just come back from...
Couple of things. We're going to wrap it up in a minute, but a couple of things I just want to touch on. The strength of the bench. I mean, you know, he brings on today Jordan Henderson, Daniel Sturridge, who scores with his first touch, 24 seconds, brilliant. And Shaqiri comes on as well, and he looked bright. He was trying to get involved. He was trying to score a goal. I already love him, by the way. I don't know what it is about him, but I love watching.
He's going to be a cult figure, isn't he?
I just love watching this little cube running around in a Liverpool kit, who's dead good. And I honestly think he's going to be great for us. I don't know what it is, but I love him already. But that's the strength of the bench. I mean, them three get on, but you've got Klein who doesn't get on, you've got Fabinho who doesn't get on, you've got Lallana who doesn't get on. And all of a sudden you're like, we've got a squad here. We'll have a squad here.
Well, absolutely. You know, take it back to the Champions League final, and you know, one of the things you noticed that night is the bench just got nothing on it. You know, you've got no options there to kind of say to lads, go and try and win me a football match. Today that wasn't the case. I mean, we never needed the bench, did we? Because the lads, the first 11, it was done. But to have that change if you need it, to be able to bring on those lads you've mentioned there, it's apparent now we've got so many game changers in the squad, and that's what's great to see. There's lads who can turn a match in an instant, and whilst there's been chat about did we need to buy one more, and that might just roll on for the rest of the season, should we have got one more, and mainly it is me, to be fair.
Miserable
but
bastard.
when you look at the bench today, you can't have an issue with it. We look great all over the park, bench look good, and the manager's going to be happy with that.
I think the manager surprised us as well in terms of, you know, a lot of people have asked for one more, and one of the options might be another centre forward. But it's from pre-season, and what we saw today as well, we've seen the manager use Sturridge instead of Firmino. We've seen him use Shaqiri as the false nine as well instead of Firmino at times. And today he's put Salah there
as
well.
It's the flexibility there, Stu, isn't it?
Flexibility is a wealth of options there.
Keita in the front three at the end as well. One last thing before we go. Paul, can you get this for us, mate? Can you see that? So, beat the queue it was, right? So I got an email on Friday off Liverpool along with thousands of other people. Beat the queue. Order your food and drink directly from your seat. Order pre during the game or at half-time for collection at the kiosk or delivery to your seat, subject to availability. So me being the smart ass, I downloaded that app thinking, yes, I'll order a bevy from me seat. I'll go and pick it up at half-time. I'll beat the queue. I'll be boss. I'll be there with me pint going, look at you, dickhead, queuing up. Anyway.
Not happy lad, are you?
So I do all that. And I go down at half-time, having paid me £8 whatever for 2 pints of Guinness. And I go up to the thing and they're like, beat the queue? Nah, lad. And so I get a steward, along with loads of other people, including Johnny Milburn of Anfield Wrap fame. And they were like, nah, it's not on this level. It's not for the 300s in the club, it's for the 200s. And I'm like, but I've paid for ale here, can I have the ale? And they're like, you'll have to go downstairs, but you're not allowed to go downstairs. And I'm like, well, how does this work? So in the end, the steward takes us downstairs, and then there's a big balloon and a sign saying, beat the queue, with a massive queue. Beat the queue, you're having a laugh. And in the end, we eventually got ale, but we missed Mane's goal. And apparently, if I email in, I can get a refund. But fuck's sake, Liverpool, sort it out, will you? Anyway, if you want more post-match chat, out there right now, you can't see, but they're recording the post-match podcast. All the podcasts will remain the same, by the way. They're still all there. You can still subscribe to the Anfield Wrap and Tour Player and listen to them. The video stuff is a new thing. We're trying it out. We want your feedback. But that has been the post-match pint from Hotel Tia on Anfield Road, only 300 yards or so from the ground. Come down and have a pint, it's boss. We're always going to be in here before and after every game. Up the fucking Reds, we're top of the league.